Welcome to another special edition of Words Music Dance.
What up?
This is just going to be a brief spoiler review for the Justice League movie that we both saw. A lot of people saw it because it made a couple dollars this weekend.
Makes like a lot of change.
So Jared, tell me, did you like it? So what would you, on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say I liked it.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you grade the movie?
7.5.
7.5. All right.
I'll give it a 7.
Generous again, in my opinion. I myself would give it a 6. I
give it a 7.5. Only because it wasn't a bad movie. It had some technical issues, but it just wasn't a bad movie. It had a lot of good action to it. Again, I wasn't gonna rate it as high as that Thor movie, and even I want to retract that one. After further review, I do want to say I did say it was a 9. I'll put it back into like an 8 or a high 7.8, something like that. But it's not a 9.
I gave Thor a 7.
So I would still say maybe like a 7.8, maybe an 8 to add up, but it's probably still generous. But going back to Justice League, what I liked about it had great action. I think Aquaman had some really good moments into it. Flash was looking like a kid who's still trying to find his way, and it's kind of a big task to ask of a kid.
Yeah,
but it's hell so does Spider-Man.
I did like the interaction though when Batman told him to save one person and then you'll figure the rest out.
Right. That was a great moment.
On the job training.
Right. You know, I mean, it's not the best mentorship, but
I mean, it was in the middle of the battle. It was just he didn't really get much of a pre-set up. So
and I guess just the action alone, the cinematography of it made it that good for me. The parts I didn't like about it, Steppenwolf,
weak villain.
He was weak, and it was the use of slow motion in the beginning for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, a lot of slow mo.
Who seemed as fast as the Flash.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. But not saying she can't be fast. I'm not a sexist. I'm not a feminist. I love Gal Gadot.
The views and opinions.
I love me some Gal. Don't get me wrong. But no, it's just the whole idea of why the hell does one woman always have to be in slow motion, man?
I think they want to dramatically show her strength.
Did we not get that from Batman vs Superman and from her own solo movie?
It could also be too her lack of ability to perform the moves, so they have to show it that way. I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't know, but maybe she can't hit the moves in real time, so they got to slow it down to sell it. I don't know. Stunt person, whoever they might have doing it, I'm not sure, but maybe that's their way of selling the stunt.
The whole how the Batman from the beginning just know this thing feeds off of fear, but doesn't know anything else about a Steppenwolf or know that this thing is part of his army. And he just knows this thing look like Firefly, feeds off of fear like Scarecrow. And then what? And then use the guy who flew and then hopped in later on. Like, how big was that damn roof, man? Like, it's something like how after Suicide Squad and after Batman vs Superman, the only info Batman had was those damn Vine clips.
The same clips that he had.
The same Vine clips. The 15-second Vines.
Yeah.
He didn't get a location on Barry Allen until the damn...
Right.
Come on, man.
Which he should have had.
You the greatest detective.
The video he had was the same surveillance clip that he looked up. So the facial recognition and all that should have been applied already.
And if you look at the movie, when Superman was dead, no, hell, he was dead. It said the last video was the man from 2015. So we're gonna presume this movie happens 2 years after that said time. So I guess after the dirt lifted from his body in Batman vs Superman, he just stopped lifting dirt and he just died.
Yeah.
I guess he really was trapped in that wooden box then.
Yeah.
But you know the whole, I guess the reincarnation of Superman. You know that was just trippy because you just happened to figure out this whole thing just now. Like if we get the thing that looks like a tesseract, sorry, the mother box.
It definitely had they felt like it was an Infinity Stone kind of thing where they would try to give you a quick history of it, like the Avengers and stuff did, and then kind of fell short.
And if you put all the things together, you get
the gauntlet.
the
mother box.
You get the mother box.
Yeah.
In which looks like a big old boom box.
Yeah.
And it will bring the world of Steppenwolf to Earth and so forth. Like, you know, it was just some things that just seemed far fetched. Especially the whole, you really still never got a backstory on Cyborg. Just, you know, he's somebody's kid who died, and I guess they didn't even figure out that was his dad. That was
They said that. They said that.
They did.
Yeah, they said it was his dad, and I guess that was where the whole resurrection thing came from. Because they like, well, if it brought him back to life, it could work for Clark, which, you know, they really didn't know. They were guessing. It was an educated guess.
I thought they said that after he saved them. Whatever.
Nah, I think that was what came up because, I don't know specifically if they knew that was his father when they were going in to rescue him. Because he had the video of him, so he saw him in the video, so he knew who he was. Bruce knew at least.
All
should have known.
50-second Vine clip.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue with this movie and the whole DC extended universe in general is they're more reactionary to what Marvel is doing instead of just taking their time and building the universe. When you have your A-list characters, you have Batman, you have Superman, you have Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, so on and so forth, that you can build the world, the universe with. Instead, they rushed into the Dawn of Justice, and then they rushed into now the Justice League, you know, a couple years in between, but they rushed it all, and it feels rushed.
We're building nothing in between.
So this movie comes out, and we are still learning every character.
Yeah.
So not only do we not know the new characters they introduced, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, we still don't know Batman. And this Batman is completely different from the Batman of the last movie.
He's the old Batman. He's the old
Right. We get a slight story, but we don't know what he's been through.
Right.
So we don't feel any remorse on him. He was an angry man in the last movie. Now he's cracking a smile. He's hanging out with Flash. So
He got some jokes.
it's an inconsistency on a rushed project, and it's noticeable. And this movie kind of tried to retcon the mistakes that were made, but all in all, it was like we need to make a more enjoyable movie for money. So this movie is enjoyable, but it still has a lot of issues, and you can tell it's rushed. It's a money grab because all these characters on the same screen should have been better. I myself never had that epic moment or that childlike feeling of, oh my God, Superman and Batman and so and all these people are on the screen at the same time. I didn't get that feeling. The movie had these people. It felt more like another Fast and Furious movie with superheroes. Same way, you know, Vin Diesel jumped across the bridge to catch Letty and was that Fast and Furious 5 or 6?
Yeah.
It could have been that. You know what I'm saying? It was an ensemble cast, and it didn't feel like it was Superman and Batman, and you know, you just didn't get that feeling to me. You know, it just felt like a group of people with some powers and things. They were all there.
And there was a group of people with powers who couldn't defeat this man by himself.
Superman came and
Superman
he was OP.
came
Like,
and he was whipping ass like
he could have did it all by himself.
he was like it was like, you know, back in old wrestling, you know, when somebody's getting beat up.
Like Hulk Hogan just
Yeah,
comes in,
and then all of a sudden he just come out and he just
headbutt,
everybody
leg drop.
getting
Yeah,
That
I'm
was-
taking
that
the
was
whole
Superman.
ring out. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was Superman.
yeah. That's
He
exactly
came
what it
in,
was.
He took everything out.
Yeah.
He took Steppenwolf out by his damn self.
Yep.
He carried a building.
He stopped. He was fighting He was fighting the Parademons.
Said,
Hold
right
on.
there.
Went and
I gotta
saved some
save some
people.
people.
Then came back
To resume.
and- yeah.
Like like Wonder Woman, as strong as she is, and she's the leader of this group. Now.
That's another thing. The clarity of leadership wasn't there.
Right.
They said she was the leader. She didn't have a plan. It seemed like Batman was still leading,
Right.
but he told her like, "Yeah, you're the leader."
However,
Yeah.
I'm going to go and divert these people.
Right.
Y'all go in there.
Right.
Y'all do. That's still not you being
Yeah.
the leader, Diana. And I love you, girl. But
Yeah, it was no clarity on leadership, and it never was a conflict, of leadership. Batman called the shots. He's the middle of the poster.
And honestly, Batman kind of defers to Superman.
Well, once he brought him back, it was his idea to bring him back, which they were all against. But yeah, at that point, Superman was
So all except Cyborg, he was going to do.
yeah, because he mathematically said it would work. But again, he's a part of the mother box, and we don't know the dynamic of what that means. He had no control over his weaponry,
Right.
so
Maybe he'll get an upgrade to his
Yeah.
to his formats, and he'll get better control over his
like I said, a lot of inconsistencies. It was an entertaining movie to watch
Very
because
entertaining.
action, fireworks, explosions.
Very entertaining.
Can't go wrong with that. Slightly better than Suicide Squad to me. Way better than boring Man of Steel, and way better than Dawn of Justice. Wonder Woman's still the best movie out of all of them, I want to say.
Definitely. One of still the best
That one was the most
of the DC universe.
yeah, the DC Universe. That was the most complete movie. But yeah, I still and at this point, the highlight of Justice League was the post-credit scene,
Yeah.
and even that loses
And
a little
even that loses the whole interest of the movie.
because we don't know where they're going next. They don't know where they're going next with the universe.
Yeah, it kind of kills
So-
the post credit scene was dope, but it kind of kills the movie at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, and we're not talking about the Flash versus Superman race.
Yeah.
We're
Talking about
definitely
Deathstroke.
talking about Deathstroke.
Spoiler again.
Deathstroke, and we talked about it. It's not really the Legion of Doom. It's really more the Injustice League.
Yeah.
So, to go from Steppenwolf, you're thinking the next step is going to be Darkseid.
Well, they don't know the next step is going to be.
But I'm
that's
saying,
the thing.
But that's what I'm saying.
If the next step is a Batman movie, then yes, Deathstroke works.
However, when
If they're
you're talking
doing a Justice
about,
League 2, which they don't know.
however, if you're talking about Lex talking about, hey, there's putting a league together, which how you know there's a league? Who just use that word just
Right.
loosely. But if you're saying, hey, we're putting a league together, I think we need to form a league of our own, because there's no crime in baseball. Then it's kind of looks like you're setting up for Injustice League versus Justice League, but
We don't know how
if
long it's
you're
going to
setting-
take. There going to be a couple movies. They
Right.
don't know. They don't know.
But if you're setting up for that, then you kind of just stepped on Steppenwolf, who was leading into Darkseid. So which way you going? And
They
I
don't
think-
know. That's what I'm saying. They don't know where they're going.
And I think-
That's the problem with that whole scene, because it's great to see Deathstroke.
Right.
We don't know when we're gonna get him. We don't know. We don't know. They don't know. This movie was put out, and they were testing the waters, kind of like, do they like this? So they don't until they figure out. Aquaman is slated to be the next movie that's released. Deathstroke's not gonna be the bad guy for that. He's a Batman villain.
Right.
And the scene when Aquaman swam to Atlantis, they had to make a little air bubble around them to talk.
Yeah.
So, how that movie's gonna work, communication wise,
I guess
CGI wise,
we're all
everything's
going to be talking above ground.
yeah, or there's gonna be in Atlantis and everything looks glass like, or I don't know, but
Is Aquaman the only person in that whole culture of people that can actually be above ground?
I don't think so. I would assume not because she had to breathe air. She had to put a little bubble so
To talk, right?
Yeah, so I would imagine she has to talk like him. She needs to be able to, you know. I'm not too familiar with the comic, but from what I saw, at that point she made the bubble. I don't know if she just did it for him or
Right.
you know she needed it herself. She didn't say nothing, and then you know some bubbles popped up. But until DC
She was like,
until DC figures out their own path and stop peeking over at Marvel and then reacting,
Right.
they're gonna be screwed. It's sad that you got to always compare, but I mean, it's apples. It's not even apples and oranges. It's Microsoft to Apple. You know, it's red versus blue. It's always gonna be a direct competition.
Samsung
So
versus iPhone.
yeah, when you always have a direct competition that's in the same field of what you do, that's the that's the nature of the beast. DC has to stop being reactionary. They have to just know that they have their roster of characters.
Live your life, man.
Take your time with it. And now Warner Brothers is giving up. So they don't. Warner Brothers wants to do a standalone Joker movie, not even with the Joker that was in Suicide Squad.
Right.
They're thinking about other movies standalone. So even Wonder Woman, the reason it succeeded was because though it's in that universe, it took place in a time before this universe began. So it's a movie of its own. It can live on its own.
Just like Captain America 1.
Yeah,
but
it's still tied in. You know,
Right.
that's still
it took
part of
time
the universe.
before, but it
Yeah. So DC just have to figure out where they want to go with this universe, and until they have an end game, they're gonna be floundering and playing catch up.
I will say this: DC did do something. What they do one thing right. They gave Wonder Woman a movie. Like that's It was a female. It was a It was a female. Was the main star.
Yeah.
Marvel was just doing that with Captain Marvel. Like.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, that was one good step in it.
And they tried to make her the leader of the Justice League, and it didn't. Right, it didn't
She
feel
still wasn't really a leader.
right, and it didn't feel like they did a good enough job of giving her the leadership role. So, but
One more thing about I ain't like. I know I'm wearing this hat and the shirt. Why my man never comes to the fight though when it's a fight? Why he always show up mad late?
because his superpower is money. He don't have a superpower like the rest of them, so he gotta hide.
Like my man was like, how those things did not feel fear off of him? Because how Bruce never comes to the fight. Like
Listen,
he has fights.
we can dig into the dislikes. Is a lot. But to you know, we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of things, a lot of plot holes, a lot of questions. But as always, the conversation can continue below in the comment section.
Definitely.
Also, you can tweet, Facebook, Instagram us at 2021 Vision across all social media, and you can, if you want to send in a video, you can email it to 2021vision@outlook.com. And DC, just figure it out, man.
You got Joss Whedon, man.
Figure it out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.